Hello everyone. Today I'm joined by Dr. Mallika Sarabhai, internationally acclaimed dancer, actor, and activist. As a co-director of the Darpana Academy in Ahmedabad, she has used the power of art not just for performance but to bring social change as well. She is a fearless voice for equality and empowerment of women, and she continues to inspire millions of people worldwide. So my first question being to you, Mrs. Malika, please tell me about how do you combine art and activism and bring social change? Because it's really wonderful. I actually watched your TED performance. I think it was roughly 15 years ago,
That's right.
and I really enjoyed it.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I was brought up in a household where my mother used to always use dance and theater as a language to talk about what in society concerned her. And I grew up with the very false impression that all artists did this.
Yeah.
And it was only much later when I myself decided to become a professional artist that I realized that it is in fact a rarity, that very few people use the arts as a language. They use it as an art, but not as a language for communication. And I had seen the incredible effect that Amma had on people and that Amma's work had on people. And I used to always think that I can't do this. I'm not a creator. I'm the perfect material for somebody to create on. But it was only after the 5 years that I spent playing Draupadi with Peter Brook's Mahabharata from 1984 to 1990 that I came out saying, there are so many things about the world that bother me. And my arts are the most potent language, and I have to force myself to become the creator. It's not good enough to be the medium for somebody's creation because I feel very strongly about a lot of things, and I'm not going to be able to tell somebody else, take this subject and create for me, which is how I became a creator. And the very fact that, so many years, 45 years after that, I am asked by a young man like you,
Thank you.
not about my classical dance, but about how I use it as a medium of communication, which means that somewhere what I'm doing is getting through. And I think that just thrills me.
Yes.
And I think this is the first fundamental rule. And I think this is why Darpana's work has consistently, we are 75 years old as an institution, and we have consistently done this. But whether or not you agree with me, you will want to see what I'm saying. At the end of it, you will say, I don't agree, maybe. Or you may say, maybe I should think about it. Or you say, yes, that's exactly what I want to say. But at least you won't go away because it's boring.
Yeah.
And I think that is the fundamental difference between having it as a vehicle which stands for itself for the art form or using it badly for a social cause.
So this might come off a bit personal as well. From what I'm saying, it's my own personal observation of where I live right now. So I live in Sheila right now, and there have been two incidences where I've seen that, or I've observed that women are still getting harassed. I still always thought that it's the 21st century. We're in 2025 now. It's after.
Now we do it with the backing of the internet and with cameras. So when there's one person being raped, there are 20 people filming it.
Yeah, and there are 20 people who are supporting it as well.
That's right.
Online because they think that it is a mask. They think they have a mask behind their profile picture.
That's right.
I think in private school it's still like widely acknowledged that self-defense is an important skill, but in government schools, I
But
don't
the poorer they are, the more they need it.
Exactly. Like there's still a very wide disparity.
Yes.
Not just socioeconomic disparity, but in terms of knowledge as well, which comes.
And also in terms of the way girls and boys are treated.
Yeah. In the novel, The Thousand Splendid Suns, A Thousand Splendid Suns, there have been many sacrifices have been made. Mariam, she herself sacrifices herself for Layla. So, how do you see sacrifice? Is it something tragic or is it something very powerful?
It's like this double-edged sword, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like fire, which can burn or which can purify. It's like a knife, which can heal or can kill. Sacrifice, when imposed by societal norms and societal expectations, always makes a sacrifice of the woman. Why don't you find men who wanted to jump into the fire to become sati?
Yeah.
You don't, because it's a lousy idea. I think when men sacrifice, we are always surprised. When a woman sacrifices, we think, it's her duty.
In the novel, Mariam and Leila, they have a special place. They only survive because of their friendship. Has friendship, or you can say solidarity as well, played a significant part in your life?
Oh, absolutely. I used to have the most incredible band of women friends across the world. And we we didn't have to meet all the time. We didn't have to be in touch. We could meet after 10 years and pick up exactly where we left. And unfortunately, in the last 5 years, I have lost a lot of them to death, not to COVID, but during the COVID period, I lost two to cancer. I lost one to an accident. And suddenly, I feel very bereft of my sisterhood.
If you look 20 years ahead in the future, what do you think about your style of art, especially representing social change?
But I think people will begin to realize very quickly that the screen is one thing, but actual live to live encounters brings something to our soul that no screen will ever do. So I think there will be a cycle and the live arts will come back. And what we are trying to do at Natrani, by constantly presenting live art in a theater where the last row feels as though they can look into the eyes of the artist. It's such an intimate theater.
Yeah.
The idea is for your generation to experience something that they will never experience either on the small screen or on the big screen. Because when you can actually see the sweat trickling down an artist's face, and when you can feel the artist's eyes bore into yours, it's a very different experience.
Many people, I think, also try to avoid bringing any social issues while
You
representing
know,
art.
Manu, we are a country which lives in deep fear.
Yeah.
Everybody is afraid.
Agreed.
Everybody is afraid of a raid. Everybody afraid of a policeman coming and abducting their daughter, of being framed with false papers, of your house being bulldozed. No matter how poor you are, no matter how rich you are, the rich are frightened because a raid might suddenly come on them.
Yeah.
The poor are frightened that their very existence will be wiped out. So we are a country that lives in fear. We are a country where people are not taking a stand because they are so frightened. And I think to live in a democracy where everybody is afraid and insecure all the time is extremely, extremely sad. And we are the only ones who can change it.
Some people, or at least I think all people, should at least at some point of their life step up to for their rights as well, I think.
I agree. I agree.
Because it is that there has been a lot of oppression. We can say.
Incredible, incredible. And continues day after day with impunity.
Speaking about oppression, has there any woman ever come to the Darpana Academy to gain a safe space? We can
Oh,
say.
lots and lots. And we run something called the Citizens Resource and Action Initiative, Kranti, which specifically helps men and women empower themselves to use the rule of law to get what they should get by rights. So it's not that we only help them. If they need shelter, we find them the shelter. But we then empower them. We don't do it for them. We empower them, we teach them, we lead them by the hand, make them do it. Because otherwise, the next time they are in trouble, it will be the same issue.
But I just wanted to understand it in a very detailed way, whether how the process of the safe space works for you in this academy, at least.
Luckily, I work with enough women's organizations here that I can pick up the phone and say to somebody, this woman is likely to be brutalized by X, Y, or Z, and she requires an anonymous space. They are not very easy to find, but there are there.
What message do you have for students, especially like me, in this world?
Manav, the fact that you are doing this particular interview is, according to me, that you are an aware and awake young man. I want each of your students to be aware and awake and know that we are leaving a legacy of speaking the truth, a legacy of being fearless, a legacy of fighting for the rights of the oppressed and the rights of those who do not have a voice. You are getting an extraordinary education by being in the school you are in. You probably come from fairly wealthy families. Make the change. Don't wait for it.